Ooh, we got ourselves the 7 dark Christmas traditions around the world. I wonder what those 7 are going to be. Hope you're having a good Christmas, or
He
you had
sees
one.
you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake.
Ooh,
He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good.
for goodness sake.
You better watch out.
Bro, that fucking Santa in the background is crazy. Dude got a hatchet.
And you better not cry.
Bro, what the
In most Western countries, the most a badly behaved child can expect at Christmas is not receiving any gifts or a lump of coal.
Where'd the lump of coal come from if you're being bad? Is it like, oh, you're being a bad kid, we're gonna send you the coal mine? Is that where this came
But
from?
what about in other countries around the world? From a cult-like celebration that surrounds a skeleton horse demon to an annual festival that celebrates a homicidal witch.
What?
These are 7 dark Christmas traditions around the
Oh,
world.
Jesus. Buckle up, boys. And girls. Shout out to the 7% right now. We fucks with y'all.
Welcome to a special Christmas edition of Shadow Matter. And in our own Shadow Matter way, we will celebrate Christmas by exploring 7 of the darkest Christmas traditions around the world.
And this is natural. Like, this is Christian. Not Christian. Christmas is a Christian holiday, obviously, but it stems from a lot of pagan traditions, which we talked about in another video. Which naturally, when you have Christianity, you're going to have satanic stuff too, right? So this is actually to be expected.
Time of year again, when countries the world over celebrate that special day on December the 25th by giving and receiving gifts and spending time with their families. Most have a fairly sanitized version of Christmas that they celebrate with normal traditions that we in the English-speaking parts of the world are accustomed to.
Yeah.
However, in other parts of the world, things can be a bit more dark and frightening.
What?
So without further ado, let's explore 7 of the darkest Christmas traditions around the world.
Let's play a little game real quick. Comment down below where you think one of these is going to be from. What country do you think has a dark tradition? What is this, Hagrid? Pierre
Fouettard, French for Father Whipper, is a character who accompanies St. Nicholas
like
on
the
his
Dark
rounds during
Santa.
St. Nicholas Day, December the 6th, and dispenses corporal punishment in the form of beatings to all the naughty children. He is mainly known in the far north and eastern regions of France, in the south of Belgium, and in French-speaking Switzerland.
We used to have this in America. It was the principal, and he had a paddle. But they, America got a little soft, so we don't have that anymore.
Although, similar characters exist all over Europe, the whipping father was said to bring a whip
Oh, God.
with him to spank all the naughty children who misbehaved.
Jesus
The most
Christ.
popular story about the origin of Pierre Fouettard was told
Is this guy hanging?
about the year 1252. An innkeeper, or a butcher in other versions,
Oh, jeez.
captures 3 boys who appeared to be wealthy on their way to enroll in a religious boarding school. Along with his wife, he kills the children in order to rob them. One gruesome
Okay, just like, what are we, fucking 2 minutes in? I already think that Diddy, probably Christmas is his favorite fucking celebration.
version
Jesus.
tells that they drug the children, cut them into pieces, and stew them in a salting barrel. St. Nicholas discovers the crime and resurrects the children.
Okay.
After this, Pierre Fouettard repents and becomes St. Nicholas's partner. A slightly different version of the story
So he's like Saul who turns to Paul. Okay.
claims that St. Nicholas forced
All right.
Pierre Fouettard to become his assistant as a punishment for his crimes.
Pretty sure he
The
should
most
got the
common
death
depiction
penalty,
of
but
Pierre
whatever.
Fouettard is of a man with a sinister
I guess Santa lives in California.
face, dressed in dark robes with scraggly, unkempt hair and a long beard.
Mm-hmm.
He is armed with a whip, a large stick, or bundles of switches. Some incarnations of the character have him wearing a wicker backpack in which children can be placed and carried away.
Oh my
Sometimes,
God.
he merely carries a large bundle of sticks on his back.
What the fuck is this, Gollum?
These malevolent goblin-like creatures
Caligari?
originate from the southeast European and
Oh, Jesus.
Anatolian folklore. The Calicansoroi are said to be goblins, of which they spend most of the year underground,
Wait, Anatokian? What the
trying to bring about the apocalypse. Stories about the Calicansoroi, or
Is
its
this like a
equivalents,
Greek
can typically
legend?
be found in Greece, Bulgaria, Turkey, Serbia,
that.
Albania, Bosnia, and Cyprus.
Okay.
The Calicansoroi are believed to dwell underground, but come to surface during the 12 days of Christmas,
Bro,
from December
Squidward?
25th to the 6th of January. In the Greek folklore, it is believed that the Kallikantzaroi stay underground, sawing the trunk of the world tree so that it will collapse along with the earth. However, according to folklore, when they are about to see the final part, Christmas dawns, and they are able to come to the surface. They forget the tree and come to bring trouble to the mortals.
What the fuck?
Finally, on the Epiphany.
Wait, is this where we get like the elves from? Like the elves that like sit? Oh, what the fuck?
6th of January.
I'm talking about like the elves that like there's this new thing. I don't know if it's new or if it's old tradition, but people like will put elves in their house and say like Santa's watching you type shit.
The sun starts moving again, and they must remain underground to continue their sawing. They see that during their absence, the world tree has healed itself, so they must start working all over again.
Naturally.
This is believed to occur annually. There is no standard description of appearance of the Kallikantzaroi. They are regional variations.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a fucking horror version of Dobby. This shit is fucking wild.
As to how their appearance is described. Some Greek illustrators have imagined them with some animal parts.
This is why McDonald's is never closed on Christmas, is because the elves gotta eat.
Such as hairy bodies, horse legs, or boar tusks. Other groups see them as small humans with a horrible odor. They are predominantly male, often with protruding sexual characteristics. Many Greeks have imagined them as tall, black, and hairy with burning red eyes, goats' or donkeys' ears, monkeys' arms, tongues that hang out from their heads that are huge. Nonetheless, the most common belief is that they are small black creatures, humanoid.
Okay.
Apart from their long black tails, and said to resemble little black devils. They are also mostly blind, speak with a lisp, and love to eat frogs, worms, and other small creatures, such as children.
Okay. This one looks cooler. The Hand Trap. Christmas Cannibal. Oh, Jesus
According
Christ.
to Alsatian law, Hans Trapp was a local man, renowned for his greed and unscrupulousness. He used witchcraft and deals with the devil to become rich. After becoming excommunicated from the Catholic Church, he lost his wealth and social standing. He took to roaming the countryside, disguised as a scarecrow. At some point, Hans Trapp became consumed with the idea of tasting human flesh. He lured a shepherd boy to his death, then cooked him over a fire. Before Hans Trapp could take his first bite, however, God, finally feeling that things have gone too far, struck him with lightning.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hans Trapp died, but he returned sometimes on Christmas to go from door to door, looking for young, tasty children.
What the fuck? Bro, I'm sorry, but they could make such a good movie about that guy. Oh my, like the ghost of him? Bro, imagine a horror fucking Christmas movie.
Icelandic Christmas folklore depicts mountain-dwelling characters and monsters who come out to town during Christmas. The stories are directed at children and are used to scare them into good behavior. The folklore includes both mischievous pranksters who leave gifts during the night and monsters who eat disobedient
Why has this man got a whole handful of sausage?
children. Grilla is a giantess with an appetite for the flesh of mischievous children, whom she cooks in a large pot. Her husband is lazy.
What is with these fucking traditions and cannibalism? Like, motherfucker, just set out some cookies and milk and call it a day.
And mostly stays at home in their cave.
Jeez.
The Yule Cat is a huge and vicious cat who lurks about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eats people who have not received any new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve. Grilla, the giant...
You ain't got no drip, you gonna get ate. Better watch out.
First mentioned in 13th century texts such as the Icelandica saga, but not explicitly connected with Christmas until the 17th century. She is enormous, and her appearance is repulsive. The oldest poems about Grilla describe her as a parasitic beggar. She walks around asking parents to give her their disobedient children. Her plan...
Well, you know, nowadays she's probably eating good because there's a lot of people on TikTok these days that don't know how to be fucking parents, apparently.
Plans can be thwarted by giving her food or chasing her away. Originally, she lived in a small cottage, but in later poems, she appears to have been forced out of town and into a remote cave.
Okay.
Current-day Grilla can detect children who are misbehaving year-round. She comes from the mountains during Christmas time to search the nearby towns for her meal. She leaves her cave, hunts children, and carries them home in her giant...
She's got simps. Look at that. That's crazy.
sack. She devours children as her favorite snack. Her favorite dish is a stew of naughty kids, for which she has an insatiable appetite. The Yule Cat, a huge and vicious cat who is described as lurking about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eating people who have not received any new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve. He is the house pet of Grilla and her sons. Although referred to as an ancient tradition, written accounts of the Yule Cat have only been located as recently as the 19th century.
Oh, wow.
The threat of being eaten by the Yule Cat was used by farmers as an incentive for their workers to finish processing the autumn wool before Christmas.
It makes sense, and also, like, naturally, big cats were very hard to deal with back in the day, right? Before we had guns, like... Big, and it's still to this day. You see fucking people go on walks and fucking mountain lions fucking stalk them and shit. The motherfuckers, they're good at one thing. It's fucking hunting.
Ones who took part in the work would be rewarded with new clothes, but those who did not would get nothing and thus be preyed upon by the monstrous cat.
Yeah. Okay, what's next? Mari Lwyd. Lwyd?
Mari Lwyd is a Welsh custom found in South Wales.
Looks like a dinosaur.
The tradition entails the use of an eponymous hobby horse, which is made from a horse's skull, mounted on a pole and carried by an individual hidden under a sackcloth.
What the fuck?
The custom was first recorded in 1800, with subsequent accounts of it being produced in the early 20th century.
Okay.
According to these, the Mari Lwyd was a tradition performed at Christmas time by groups of men who would accompany the horse on its travels around the local area, and although the makeup of such groups varied, they typically included an individual to carry the horse, a leader, and individuals dressed as stock characters such as Punch and Judy.
Nah, if I saw this at night or at like dusk, fuck no, this shit would be creepy as hell.
The men would carry Mari Lwyd to local houses where they would request entry through song. The householders would be expected to deny them entry, again through song, and the two sides would continue their responses to one another in this manner. If the householders eventually relented, the team would be permitted entry and given food and drink.
Oh, that's nice.
The Mari Lwyd itself consists of a horse's skull that is decorated with ribbons and affixed to a pole. To the back of the skull is attached a white sheet, which drapes down to conceal both the pole and the individual carrying this device. On occasion, the horse's head was represented not by a skull, but instead made from wood or even paper. In some instances, the horse's jaw was able to open and close.
That shit looks like an anime, bro. That's creepy.
As a result of string or lever attached to it. An observer of the tradition, as it was performed during the 19th century, noted the preparation for the activity was a communal event, with many locals involving themselves in decorating of the Mari Lwyd.
Interesting. Alright, who the fuck is this bitch? Because she is fucking creepy as hell, bro. She looked like one of them fucking, what are them sisters called from Star Wars again? I can't remember the word, bro. She looked like one of those, bro. Creepy as fuck.
Frau Perchta is a witch who comes to see who has been naughty or nice. She slits the bellies of the bad children and stuffs their corpses with straw. Perchta,
why straw? What the heck?
Or Perchta, was once known as a goddess in Alpine paganism in the Upper German and Austrian regions of the Alps. In some descriptions, Perchta has two forms. She may appear either as beautiful and white and snow like her name, or as elderly and haggard. In many old descriptions, Perchta had one large foot, sometimes called a goosefoot or
what the fuck?
swanfoot. In the Tyrol, she appears as a little old woman with a very wrinkled face, bright lively eyes, and a long hooked nose. Her hair is disheveled, her garments tattered and torn. Perchta emerged from an amalgamation of Germanic and pre-Germanic, probably Celtic traditions of the Alpine regions after the migration period in the early Middle Ages. Initially, Perchta was the upholder of cultural taboos, such as the prohibition against spinning on holidays. In the folklore...
Wait. Spinning on holidays? What?
Of Bavaria and Austria, Perchta was said to roam the countryside at midwinter and to enter homes during the 12 days between Christmas and Epiphany. She would know whether the children and young servants of the household had behaved well and worked hard all year.
And if you're a bad boy, we're just gonna slit that tummy open.
If they had, they might find a small silver coin the next day in a shoe or pail.
Much better than getting, you know.
She would slit their bellies open, remove their stomach and guts, and stuff the hole with straw and pebbles. He was particularly concerned to see that girls had spun the whole of their allotted portion of flax or wool during the year. She would also slit people's bellies open and stuff them with straw if they ate something on the night of her feast day other than the traditional meal of fish and gruel.
Oh no! This shit was created by this legend is created by a mother, 100%. Oh my goodness.
The cult of Perchta, under which followers left food and drink for Frau Percht and her followers in the hope of receiving wealth in abundance, was commended in Bavaria in 1468.
Man, I don't want to see
Later,
all these nasty
canonical
ass
and
feet.
church
Put them
documents
away.
characterize Perchta as synonymous with other leading female spirits. Today, in Austria particularly, where she is said to wander through Hohensalzburg Castle in the dead of the night.
Bro, if y'all in Austria, if one of y'all is in Austria, comment down below. Do y'all still celebrate this shit?
Perchten
Or you not celebrate it, but you know, like,
are still a
is it still
traditional
relevant?
part of holidays and festivals
Jesus.
such as the Carnival Fastnacht. The wooden animal masks made for the
Ew.
festivals are today called Perchten.
Krampus. I've heard about Krampus multiple times. Like, I know what Krampus is, or I've heard it a lot, but I just don't know like deep lore about it. Right? Austria.
Krampus, from the German word meaning claw, is a horned anthropomorphic demon-like figure that originates in the central and eastern alpine folklore of Europe, which predates Christianity. In traditional parades around December the 5th, young men dress up as the horned demon and attempt to scare the audience with their masks. Although Krampus appears in many variations, most share some common physical characteristics. He is usually hairy, brown or black, and has the cloven hooves and horns of a goat. His long, pointed tongue lolls out, and he has fangs. Krampus carries chains thought to symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church. He thrashes the chains for dramatic effect. The chains are sometimes accompanied with bells of various sizes. Of more pagan origins is the root, a bundle of birch branches that Krampus carries and with which he occasionally swats children. The birch branches are replaced with a whip in some representations. Sometimes Krampus appears with a sack or a basket strapped to his back. This is to cart off evil children for drowning, eating, or transportation to hell. Some of the older versions make mention of naughty children being put in the bag and taken.
You know what's crazy to think? Like, we have a saying where, like, the good go early. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a very optimistic. But all this is like, oh, if the kid dies young, he's just a piece of shit. It's like, what?
In a way.
What?
The Feast of St. Nicholas is celebrated in parts of Europe on the 6th of December.
Are they wearing face paint right there?
On the preceding evening of the 5th of December, Krampus Night, or Krampusnacht, the wicked hairy devil appears on the streets, sometimes accompanying St. Nicholas, and sometimes on his own. Krampus
I'm sorry, this looks like fucking Halloween shit.
visits
This is
homes
crazy.
and businesses. The saint usually appears in the eastern rite vestments of a bishop, and he carries a golden ceremonial staff. Unlike North American versions of Santa Claus, in these celebrations, St. Nicholas concerns himself only with the good children, while Krampus is responsible for the bad. Nicholas dispenses gifts,
Bro, that would fuck me up if I was a kid, bro. Wow.
while Krampus supplies coal and the root. In recent years,
Wow. This is probably why we have so many bad people in America. Like, a lot of bad kids, bro. A lot of bad
the
kids.
Krampus has become a bit of a problem, with the
man.
costumed individual's tendency to get drunk, getting into fights, and destroying property.
Naturally, you gotta be in character, right?
Thanks for watching.
It's like method acting.
I hope you enjoyed this special Christmas edition of Shadow
Just
Metal.
don't take it too far, guys.
7 dark Christmas
Leave the
traditions from
children
around the
alone.
world. This will be the last video of the year, and I will be taking a break and return to uploading more content early in the new year.
It was a good video, man. It was a great video, actually. Really good video. Shadow Matter. I love it, man. It was 2 years ago. Great video, man. Let's look at the comments, though. Because of this channel like these, I know more about the serial killers and dark lore from other countries than I do their actual history. LOL. Jeez. What a dark point to make. I don't know why I said once. Oh, nice. You really were working on a Christmas vid. Merry Christmas, man. Hope the holidays go well. Great video. I love the folklore, witchcraft. Oh, God. If it don't drop another video before the 25th, have a nice day. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think this video is really good, man. I really do. I hope y'all are having a good Christmas. I hope you don't see none of these, Krampus or none of these motherfucking witchcraft or cannibals or whatever it might be, bro. I hope you have a very nice, layback, chill, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your pets, enjoy your side, yourself, dude. Just, and if you're working, man, I hope if you listen to this video, bro, maybe it went a little quicker. If you're watching this later on after Christmas, hey, you just know a little bit more about Christmas lore for the next year, right? My name is Trey Swish. I do reactions all the time, man. I love doing these videos. Keep pushing them out. It's 6 a.m. here. I'm still waiting for Santa. I guess I'm not gonna see Santa. Maybe I'm gonna see one of these evil motherfuckers. I'm gonna box his ass though, and I got my dogs here with me. We gonna tag team them. They ain't fucking chopping me up and eating me in no damn stew. I'm gonna tell you that. They ain't slicing no bellies open. They ain't done none of that. But yeah, this is wild, bro. I didn't realize that there's so much like dark Christmas lore. It's actually really interesting. And I think a lot of these stories originate from just like human characteristics of, being afraid. And especially the old ones, they originate from like, when they were living in the wilderness, right? Like animals were the biggest threat to a society, and cannibals apparently, which is, I didn't really think about that, but this seems prominent in Christmas culture at least. But yeah, there's a couple videos popping up by my face. Check out one of those too. If you're new here, hit that sub button, man. Join the ether. Shout out to the ether. Love y'all guys and girls. And yeah, hit that like button. Push that video out to more people, man. It's easy as a little click. And I'll see you guys in the next video, bro. And if you don't like the videos that popped up on the screen, hey, bro, just hit my fucking face, the little icon, my logo, and look at the channel, dude. There's a bunch of different stuff that we talk about on this channel. And if you want me to react to something specific, let me know what that is in the comment section below. And, dude, keep the comments flowing, man. Let's get the conversations going. I love to see who's commenting. I get to know y'all a little bit better from that way. So, yeah. My name's Trey Swish, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. I'm still struggling with these outros, but I guarantee you, once we get to 1K, I'm sure these outros will be nice and smooth.